Imagine if I told you that with just one simple sentence, you could completely transform your life in the next 24 hours. Sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? But the power of words, especially when spoken with unwavering belief, has the ability to shape your reality in ways you never thought possible. Stay with me, and I will show you how to unlock this power. We often feel like life is something that happens to us, a series of random events we must navigate. But what if the truth is that life responds to us? That it's not just about what we do, but how we think, feel, and speak. There is a sentence that has the potential to rewire your life completely in just 24 hours. A single thought that can shift your entire existence. Are you ready to hear it? Let me first tell you why you need to watch this entire speech. This isn't some vague motivational speech. This is about tapping into the core of your own mind and the tremendous power it holds. The sentence I'm about to share is simple, but don't let its simplicity fool you. It's a truth that will resonate with you deeply, and once you understand it, your life will never be the same. You won't just hear the words, you'll feel them, and they'll start to echo through every action you take from now on. Don't blink, because in the next few minutes, you'll be introduced to a secret that could change everything. Words are powerful. They are the most basic yet profoundly significant tools we have to create, shape, and influence our lives. Every word we speak, every thought we express, carries with it a vibration. These vibrations move through us, impacting our state of mind, our emotions, and even the world around us. It is easy to overlook the subtle yet significant role words play in shaping our experiences, but when we begin to recognize the weight of the words we use, we start to realize just how much power we hold. The connection between words and energy is not new. For centuries, philosophers, mystics, and spiritual leaders have taught us that words are not just sounds, they are living forces. Every word we speak is infused with a certain energy, a frequency that resonates with the universe. Our words create ripples in the fabric of reality, setting things into motion, aligning us with certain outcomes. This understanding is not based on theory alone. It is backed by the teachings of quantum physics, which reveals that everything in the universe, including thoughts and words, operates on energetic vibrations. The universe itself is a web of energy, and every thought we think, every word we speak, sends ripples into this vast network, bringing us into alignment with experiences that reflect the energy of those thoughts and words. One of the most profound things about words is their ability to influence our subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is responsible for the majority of our thoughts, emotions, and actions. It stores our beliefs, memories, and experiences, and it operates in the background, constantly shaping our reactions and behavior. What is fascinating, however, is that the subconscious mind does not differentiate between what is true and what is simply believed. It does not question the words we say. It absorbs them as truth, regardless of their factual accuracy. This is why affirmations and mantras work. When we repeat positive words and statements, we are not just speaking empty words, we are reprogramming the subconscious mind to believe those words, to accept them as part of our reality. This process, over time, alters our perceptions, our attitudes, and even our actions. When we speak words of power, affirmations, declarations, or even just thoughts of confidence and success, we are sending a message to the universe that we are ready to receive what we desire. The words, "I am worthy," "I am capable," "I am deserving of all the good that life has to offer," are not just nice sentiments. They are affirmations of truth. They align our energy with the reality we want to create. As we speak these words, we start to believe them, and as we believe them, we begin to act in ways that reflect that belief. This is the magic of words. They shape our reality by first reshaping our inner world. Conversely, negative words, those filled with doubt, fear, and self-criticism, carry their own energy. When we speak words like, "I can't," "I am not good enough," or "this will never work," we are sending out vibrations of defeat, self-limitation, and fear. These words create resistance in the universe. They block the flow of abundance, joy, and success that is naturally available to us. The more we speak these words, the more we begin to internalize them. Our subconscious mind accepts them as truth, and we start to embody the very things we fear. We sabotage ourselves before we even begin because we have already spoken failure into existence. In this way, our words are not simply reflections of our thoughts. They are the blueprint for our reality. Every sentence we utter carries with it the potential to either propel us forward or hold us back. It is this understanding that makes language such a powerful tool. It is not just a way of communicating with others. It is a way of communicating with the universe, with our own inner self, and with our potential. One of the most beautiful aspects of words is their ability to create a connection between us and the universe. There is a profound interconnectedness in the way we speak and the way the world responds to us. When we speak words of gratitude, love, and positivity, we are opening ourselves up to receive more of the same. We are acknowledging the good in our lives, and the universe responds by bringing us more to be grateful for. Words are like a magnet. What we put out into the world is what we attract back. When we speak words of kindness, encouragement, and compassion, we not only lift others up, but we also lift ourselves. These words elevate our energy and the energy of those around us, creating a ripple effect that touches every aspect of our lives. On the other hand, when we speak words of judgment, criticism, or negativity, we are closing ourselves off to the flow of love, abundance, and joy. These words build walls around us, keeping us stuck in cycles of fear, anger, and regret. It is no wonder that so many people find themselves trapped in situations they cannot seem to escape. The words they speak, the thoughts they think, are holding them captive in a reality that no longer serves them. The power of words is not limited to the ones we speak aloud. The thoughts we think also carry energy. Our internal dialogue is just as important, if not more so, than the words we say to others. How often do we find ourselves thinking things like, "I'm not good enough," or "I'll never be successful"? These thoughts are words in their own right. They are the invisible forces that shape our inner world. When we replace negative thoughts with positive affirmations, when we speak to ourselves with love and encouragement, we begin to transform our reality. The subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between an external affirmation and an internal one. It only knows that the words we repeat most frequently will become our truth. This is why it is so crucial to monitor the words we speak, not just to others, but to ourselves. The words we use to describe our circumstances, our goals, and our desires can either propel us forward or hold us back. If we want to experience change in our lives, we must first change the words we use. By choosing words that reflect the life we want to live, we begin to reshape our reality. As we begin to recognize the power of words, we start to realize that we are not passive observers of our lives. We are active participants, shaping our destiny with every word we speak and every thought we think. Words are the most powerful tools at our disposal, and when we learn to use them consciously and intentionally, we tap into an immense source of power that has the ability to transform our lives in ways we never thought possible. The choice is ours. Do we speak words of possibility, or do we speak words of limitation? The future we create begins with the words we speak today. The sentence that has the power to transform your life in just 24 hours is simple yet incredibly profound. I am now in the right place at the right time, and I am doing the right thing. This statement, when spoken with faith and intention, shifts your perception of your current situation and aligns your energy with the forces of the universe that are working on your behalf. At its core, this sentence speaks to the power of acceptance and trust. Trust in the present moment and trust in the idea that everything is unfolding as it should. When we utter this sentence, we are telling ourselves that we are exactly where we need to be in this moment, and that all the choices we've made and all the experiences we've had have led us here for a reason. One of the key aspects of this sentence is that it grounds us in the present. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to become fixated on the future or trapped by the regrets of the past. We often spend our time wishing for something different, hoping for a better future or looking back at past mistakes, wondering how we could have done things differently. But the truth is, The present moment is the only time we have. The past is gone, and the future is not yet here. The present is where our power lies, and when we affirm, "I am now in the right place at the right time," we are acknowledging the importance of being fully present in this moment, regardless of our circumstances. By accepting that we are exactly where we need to be, we free ourselves from the anxiety of what's next and the regrets of what's past. This powerful shift in perspective also invites a deep sense of peace. Life has a way of bringing us exactly what we need, even if it doesn't always appear the way we expect it to. Many of us get frustrated when things don't go according to plan, when things don't unfold the way we imagined. We question our decisions, doubt our path, and become impatient with the process. However, when we affirm that we are doing the right thing, we are choosing to trust the journey, even when it feels uncertain. This statement serves as a reminder that we are not lost, even if it sometimes feels that way. It tells us that our efforts are not in vain, and that everything is moving us closer to the right destination. Even if we can't always see it at the moment, the power of this sentence lies not only in its message of trust, but also in its capacity to quiet the noise of self-doubt. Self-doubt is one of the greatest obstacles to success and personal fulfillment. When we don't believe in our choices or our abilities, we limit ourselves. We hesitate, second-guess ourselves, and ultimately hold ourselves back. But the act of saying, "I am doing the right thing," is an affirmation of confidence and conviction. It is a declaration that we are in control of our decisions and that, regardless of external circumstances, we trust ourselves to make the right choices. This declaration does not require perfection. Rather, it requires belief in the wisdom that comes with every step we take, whether those steps lead us directly to where we want to go or whether they offer lessons that shape our path in a new direction. Additionally, this sentence encourages us to embrace the concept of divine timing. Often, we feel like things should be happening faster, or that we should have already reached a certain place in life. We look around at others and compare ourselves to where they are, wondering why our journey feels so much slower or more challenging. But when we say, "I am now in the right place at the right time," we are affirming that we are exactly where we are meant to be in the grand scheme of things. The universe has a way of bringing us to the right place at the right time, and the obstacles we face along the way are not signs of failure. They are part of the process. Every challenge, every detour, every unexpected event is helping us grow and prepare for the next phase of our journey. Trusting in this divine timing releases the pressure to force things to happen and allows us to flow with the natural rhythm of life. The impact of this sentence goes beyond just offering peace and perspective. It also provides clarity. Many people struggle with feelings of confusion or uncertainty, especially when they're facing big decisions or navigating unfamiliar situations. It's easy to become overwhelmed by all the possibilities and the fear of making the wrong choice. But when we declare that we are in the right place at the right time, we allow ourselves to let go of the need for certainty. We stop looking for all the answers and instead focus on taking the next step with confidence. The right path often reveals itself when we let go of the need to control everything and trust that each step is leading us to where we are meant to be. This clarity is liberating because it frees us from the paralysis of overthinking and pushes us to take inspired action. Moreover, this affirmation invites a sense of gratitude into our lives. When we affirm that we are exactly where we need to be, it encourages us to appreciate the present moment, rather than wishing for something different. Gratitude is a transformative force that shifts our focus from lack to abundance. It shifts our mindset from what is missing to what is already here. When we are grateful for where we are, we open ourselves to receive more of what we want. The energy of gratitude attracts more of the same into our lives, whether that's success, love, or opportunity. It opens the doors to possibility by affirming that life is already abundant, and we are deserving of all the good that is coming our way. This sentence also promotes the idea of purpose. It is easy to feel like our lives lack meaning or direction, especially when we are facing challenges or experiencing difficult seasons. but saying, "I am doing the right thing," anchors us in the understanding that every action we take, no matter how small, is significant. Every moment is an opportunity to step into our purpose and move closer to our ultimate goals. We may not always see the full picture, but when we trust that we are doing the right thing, we align ourselves with our highest good and the greater purpose of our lives. This sense of purpose provides motivation, even when the road ahead feels uncertain. The beauty of this sentence lies in its simplicity and its ability to ground us in truth. It allows us to move through life with grace and faith, trusting that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. By saying these words with intention, we begin to unlock a deeper understanding of our own power and potential. We stop fighting against life and start flowing with it. We stop questioning our worth and start embracing it. This simple sentence becomes a daily mantra, a powerful tool for creating the life we desire, with the trust that the universe will provide all that we need in the perfect timing. As we continue to affirm that we are in the right place at the right time, we step into our personal power, knowing that we are exactly where we are meant to be. Faith is the antidote to fear, and it is this powerful shift in mindset that can propel you from doubt to certainty. It's no secret that fear has a paralyzing effect on our lives. It holds us back from pursuing our dreams, causes us to second-guess ourselves, and often leads us to make decisions based on what we want to avoid, rather than what we truly desire. Fear often disguises itself in various forms: fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown, and even fear of success. It clouds our judgment and limits our potential. But faith, on the other hand, is the force that breaks through these barriers. Faith is the belief in something greater than ourselves, a trust in the unseen, and a certainty that all things will unfold in divine order. When we choose faith over fear, we begin to access a new realm of possibility, one that opens the door to opportunities, growth, and transformation. The relationship between fear and faith is essential to understand because they are polar opposites. Where fear breeds doubt and limitation, faith breeds confidence and expansion. Fear often makes us see the world through a lens of scarcity and danger. It amplifies our insecurities and reinforces the belief that something bad will happen if we step out of our comfort zone. It encourages us to stay in familiar, safe situations, even if those situations are not in alignment with our true desires. Fear whispers in our ear, "You can't do it. You're not good enough. And it's too risky." This creates a mental block that stops us from taking action, leaving us stagnant and stuck. We begin to play small, living in a constant state of hesitation and uncertainty. Faith, however, invites us to step out of that smallness. It asks us to trust in the process of life, to believe that we are capable of more, and that everything we need will come to us at the right time. Faith doesn't require us to see the full path laid out before us. It only asks that we take the first step, trusting that the next step will reveal itself. When we have faith, we release the need for control and embrace the unknown with the understanding that life has a way of guiding us to where we need to be. Faith is not blind. It is the deep, unwavering belief that the universe is conspiring in our favor. It allows us to believe in ourselves, even when the external world seems uncertain or untrustworthy. One of the most powerful aspects of faith is its ability to shift our perception. When we choose faith over fear, we no longer see obstacles as insurmountable barriers. Instead, we view them as opportunities for growth and learning. Every challenge becomes a stepping stone, every setback a lesson. Faith helps us to reframe our circumstances so that instead of feeling defeated or discouraged, we feel empowered and equipped to handle whatever comes our way. It is this shift in mindset that allows us to rise above fear and see the potential in even the most difficult situations. Faith is also essential when it comes to taking risks. So often, we avoid taking chances because we are afraid of failing. We worry about the consequences, about what others might think, or about the possibility that things might not go as planned. But the truth is that without risk, there is no reward. Faith allows us to take risks, to step into the unknown with courage and conviction, knowing that regardless of the outcome, we are moving in the right direction. When we have faith in ourselves and in the process of life, we understand that failure is not something to be feared. It is simply a part of the journey. Failure is not an indication that we are not good enough or capable enough. Rather, it is a sign that we are learning, growing, and expanding. Every time we take a risk, we are opening ourselves up to new possibilities, and faith ensures that we have the strength and resilience to handle whatever comes our way. Another key aspect of faith is its ability to create momentum. When we have faith in ourselves and in the universe, we are more likely to take action. Fear causes us to hesitate, to procrastinate, and to wait for the perfect moment. But faith encourages us to act now, even if we don't have all the answers or the full picture. When we trust that everything will fall into place as it should, we are more willing to take that first step. And once we take that step, we build momentum. Action leads to more action, and the more we act with faith, the more the universe responds by providing us with the opportunities, resources, and people we need to move forward. Faith keeps us moving even when the path is unclear. It empowers us to keep going, even when things don't seem to be happening as quickly as we would like. Faith also strengthens our connection to something larger than ourselves. It allows us to surrender the need for control and trust that life has a bigger plan for us. When we let go of the need to micromanage every aspect of our lives, we open ourselves to divine guidance. Faith reminds us that we are not alone in this journey. We are supported by an invisible force, whether that is the universe, God, or the collective energy of the world. This connection gives us the strength and courage to face challenges with resilience and hope. It helps us remember that we are part of a larger story, and that every step we take is part of a greater design. Faith provides us with the assurance that we are always in the right place at the right time, even when things don't appear to be going according to plan. Furthermore, faith fuels perseverance. The road to success is rarely smooth, and there will always be moments when we feel like giving up. It is during these moments of doubt and exhaustion that faith becomes our anchor. Faith reminds us that success is not an overnight occurrence, and that every obstacle we face is simply a temporary hurdle on the path to our goals. When we have faith, we don't give up when things get tough. Instead, we dig in, keep moving forward, and trust that the breakthrough is just around the corner. Faith keeps our vision clear, even when the journey seems long and difficult. Choosing faith over fear is also about living in alignment with our true selves. Fear often leads us to make decisions based on what others expect of us, or on what we think will make us safe or accepted. But faith allows us to tune into our inner wisdom, to listen to the quiet voice within that knows what is right for us. It frees us from the pressure of societal expectations and allows us to live authentically. Faith empowers us to take the actions that are in alignment with our values and our soul's purpose. It helps us to honor our true desires, knowing that by doing so, we are fulfilling our greatest potential. Ultimately, faith is the foundation of a fulfilled and empowered life. It is the fuel that propels us toward our goals, the lens through which we view our challenges, and the source of strength that helps us persevere. When we choose faith over fear, we step into our full potential, embracing the unknown with courage and confidence. Faith allows us to trust in ourselves, in the universe, and in the process of life, knowing that everything is unfolding for our highest good. When we have faith, we are not merely surviving, we are thriving. Faith is the key that unlocks the door to a life of abundance, joy, and limitless possibility. The power of the present tense is one of the most transformative concepts we can embrace in our lives. Language is not just a tool of communication, but a force that shapes our thoughts, our behaviors, and our reality. The way we speak about ourselves and our lives has a direct impact on how we experience the world around us. When we speak in the present tense, we are asserting our power in the now. We are choosing to be present in the moment, acknowledging that everything we need and desire is already available to us, right here and right now. The present tense is the doorway to transformation because it grounds us in the reality that we are always in the process of becoming. It is so easy to fall into the trap of thinking that our desires, our dreams, and our goals are something that we will achieve in the future. We often say things like, "I will be successful," "I will be happy," or "I will find love," believing that these things are somewhere ahead of us, out of our reach until some future time. However, this mindset creates a gap between who we are and who we want to be. It keeps us in a state of waiting, of longing for something that feels distant and unattainable. When we speak in the future tense, we are essentially placing our dreams and desires outside of ourselves. We are saying, "I will have this when the time is right," or "I will be this once I have achieved a certain goal." But this thinking keeps us in a perpetual state of incompleteness. It suggests that we are not whole until something external happens to us. In contrast, when we shift our language to the present tense, saying things like, "I am successful," "I am happy," or "I am loved," we immediately place ourselves in the space where those things already exist. We affirm to ourselves and to the universe that we are already aligned with our desires, and that what we seek is already part of our present reality. This shift is incredibly powerful because it aligns our inner world with our outer world. When we use present tense affirmations, we start to feel as if the very things we desire are already ours. Our emotions begin to reflect the new reality we are creating, and our actions become a natural extension of the belief that our desires are already fulfilled. This mental and emotional alignment activates the law of attraction, a principle that states that like attracts like. When we believe we are worthy of success, love, and abundance right now, we begin to attract those things into our lives in a way that feels effortless and natural. Using the present tense in our language also shifts our focus from what we lack to what we already have. Many of us fall into the trap of constantly focusing on what is missing from our lives. We think about the things we don't have, the goals we haven't reached, and the desires that still seem out of our grasp. This mindset of lack breeds feelings of frustration, inadequacy, and dissatisfaction. But when we shift our language to the present tense and affirm that we already have what we desire, we change our focus. We move from a place of scarcity to a place of abundance. We begin to see all the things we already have, all the blessings in our lives that we may have taken for granted. This focus on the present moment also empowers us to take action. When we are waiting for some future event to happen before we take action, whether it's waiting for the right time, the right conditions, or the right circumstances, we remain stagnant. We become paralyzed by the idea that things need to be perfect before we can move forward. However, when we speak in the present tense and believe that we already have what we desire, we stop waiting and start doing. We take action with confidence because we know that the universe is already aligned with our desires. We don't need to wait for external circumstances to change. We create the change from within. This shift in mindset allows us to move forward with clarity and determination, knowing that we are already walking in alignment with our highest good. The present tense also teaches us the importance of mindfulness. So often, we get caught up in the past or the future, replaying old stories in our minds or worrying about what's to come. We can become so focused on what has already happened or what might happen that we forget to fully experience the present moment. This disconnection from the now causes us to miss out on the beauty and richness of life as it is. When we speak in the present tense, we are forced to be present in the moment. We stop looking for external validation or waiting for future success to give us permission to be happy. We learn to embrace the present moment, knowing that it is the only time we truly have. The present tense also helps us build self-belief. Often, we look to the future as the time when we will become the person we want to be. We think that once we have achieved certain goals, we will be happy, confident, and fulfilled. But the truth is that we cannot wait for external circumstances to dictate our sense of self-worth. We must cultivate a deep belief in ourselves right now. When we use present tense affirmations, we are declaring that we already possess the qualities, strengths, and abilities we need to succeed. We are affirming that we are already worthy of everything we desire, and that we have the power to create our own reality. The beauty of speaking in the present tense is that it eliminates the need for perfectionism. So often, we delay taking action or making decisions because we feel that we are not yet good enough or ready enough. We feel that we must achieve some ideal version of ourselves before we can move forward. But when we speak in the present tense, we acknowledge that we are already enough as we are. We don't have to wait for the perfect conditions, the perfect time, or the perfect version of ourselves to take action. We can begin now, with all our imperfections and flaws, and still be deserving of everything we desire. Another key benefit of speaking in the present tense is that it allows us to embrace the power of now. The present moment is where all our power resides. It is in the now that we make decisions, take action, and shape our reality. The past is already gone, and the future has not yet arrived. The only time we can truly control is the present moment. When we speak in the present tense, we affirm that we are taking responsibility for our lives right now. We are not waiting for external circumstances to change. We are actively creating the life we desire in this moment. This mindset also allows us to cultivate a sense of gratitude. When we affirm that we already have everything we need, we begin to notice the abundance around us. We start to see all the blessings we have right now: our health, our relationships, our talents, and our opportunities. Gratitude is a powerful force that shifts our energy from lack to abundance. It opens the door to more of what we desire because it aligns us with the vibration of receiving. The present tense brings clarity and focus. It helps us eliminate distractions and stay aligned with our true desires. Instead of worrying about the future or dwelling on the past, we can focus all our energy on the here and now. This focus allows us to make clear decisions and take purposeful actions. When we speak in the present tense, we remove the confusion and uncertainty that often arise from focusing on the future or the past. We simplify our lives by grounding ourselves in the present moment, where all possibilities exist. By speaking in the present tense, we transform our relationship with time. Instead of seeing time as a limited resource that is slipping away from us, we begin to view time as a gift that is available to us right now. We stop waiting for the future to bring us what we want, and we start creating it in the present moment. Time no longer feels like something that is running out. It becomes something that is working with us, supporting us as we move toward our goals. This sentence, "I am doing the right thing," is powerful because it anchors us in a sense of purpose and alignment with our true path, in a world that constantly pushes us to question our decisions, second, guess our actions, and doubt our worth. This affirmation serves as a reminder that every choice we make is part of a greater plan. It doesn't matter if we can't see the full picture. By trusting that we are doing the right thing, we empower ourselves to take the next step with confidence and clarity. When we affirm that we are doing the right thing, we stop questioning the validity of our decisions and begin to embrace the present moment as it is. This mindset allows us to let go of the need for perfection and to trust that the journey we are on is exactly where we need to be. The idea of doing the right thing goes beyond simply making decisions that feel good in the moment. It's about aligning our actions with our higher purpose, values, and intuition. Often, we are faced with decisions that seem difficult or unclear, and the fear of making the wrong choice can be paralyzing. But when we affirm that we are doing the right thing, we release the need for certainty. We no longer need to control every outcome. We allow ourselves to trust that the right path will unfold as we take each step. This trust is what makes the journey not only bearable but empowering. At its core, this affirmation is about self-belief. When we declare that we are doing the right thing, we are reaffirming our own wisdom and judgment. It's a reminder that we are capable of making choices that align with our deepest desires and values. It's easy to fall into the trap of doubting ourselves, especially when the outcome of our decisions isn't immediately clear. But by affirming that we are doing the right thing, we reclaim our personal power and trust in our ability to make decisions that lead us to growth and fulfillment. Often, we seek external validation to confirm that we are on the right path. We look to others for reassurance, hoping that their approval will provide us with the confidence to move forward. However, this external validation can be fleeting and unreliable. When we depend on others to define our worth and our choices, we give up control of our lives. The true power lies in self-validation, the ability to affirm, "I am doing the right thing," without needing anyone else's approval. This affirmation comes from within, and it is a declaration that we trust ourselves to make the best choices regardless of external opinions. When we rely on our internal compass, we are less likely to be swayed by the judgments of others, and we begin to act in alignment with our own truth. This affirmation also allows us to find peace in the face of uncertainty. Life is rarely linear, and we often find ourselves at crossroads, unsure of which direction to take. The pressure to make the right choice can be overwhelming, especially when the stakes are high. But by repeating, "I am doing the right thing," we remind ourselves that there is no one right way to live. Every decision we make is part of the process, and each experience, whether it leads to success or failure, contributes to our growth and understanding. In this way, the affirmation is a call to surrender the need for control and embrace the ebb and flow of life. It encourages us to trust that each step we take is moving us closer to the person we are meant to become, even if the path isn't always clear. This sentence also promotes the idea of trust in divine timing. We often feel rushed in life, as if we need to accomplish everything right now. We are constantly comparing ourselves to others and feeling like we are falling behind. But the truth is, life unfolds in its own time, and we are exactly where we need to be at this moment. "I am doing the right thing" is a reminder that we don't need to force things to happen. We don't need to rush through life to reach a certain destination. When we trust that we are doing the right thing, we allow ourselves to be present in the journey, knowing that everything will unfold as it is meant to. This shift in perspective helps us to release the anxiety of feeling behind, and instead, focus on what we can do in the present to move forward with grace. Additionally, this affirmation helps us to let go of guilt. Many people struggle with feelings of guilt, especially when it comes to the choices they've made in the past. We often replay our mistakes and regrets, wondering if we should have done things differently. But when we affirm that we are doing the right thing, we release the weight of those past decisions. We forgive ourselves for the choices we've made and recognize that, at the time, those choices were in alignment with what we knew and understood. Every decision we make is an opportunity to learn and grow, and by accepting that we are doing the right thing, we free ourselves from the burden of guilt and regret. This forgiveness allows us to move forward with a sense of peace and self-compassion. By constantly affirming that we are doing the right thing, we also build resilience. Life is full of challenges and obstacles, and it's easy to become discouraged when things don't go as planned. However, when we have the belief that we are doing the right thing, we are more likely to stay the course and continue forward despite setbacks. This resilience is what helps us to persevere through difficulties and find solutions to problems. It allows us to see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than roadblocks to success. With each challenge we face, we gain more confidence in our ability to make the right decisions and navigate through adversity with grace and strength. This affirmation also serves as a reminder to be kind to ourselves. It is easy to fall into a pattern of self-criticism, especially when we feel that we are not living up to our own expectations. We often think that we have to be perfect, that every decision we make must be flawless. But perfection is an illusion, and when we strive for it, we set ourselves up for disappointment. "I am doing the right thing" is a gentle reminder that we don't need to be perfect, we just need to be true to ourselves. It encourages us to honor our journey, no matter how messy or imperfect it may seem. It allows us to approach our lives with kindness, understanding that every step we take is part of the larger process of becoming who we are meant to be. The power of this affirmation also lies in its ability to reduce stress. When we feel uncertain or doubtful about our decisions, stress can begin to take a toll on our mental and physical health. But when we affirm that we are doing the right thing, we create a sense of calm and assurance. This affirmation acts as a shield against stress, reminding us that we are in control of our actions and that we are exactly where we need to be. It allows us to trust that the universe is supporting us and that everything is unfolding as it should. By letting go of the need for external validation and embracing our own wisdom, we reduce the pressure to be perfect and allow ourselves to experience peace and clarity. Ultimately, "I am doing the right thing" is a powerful affirmation that fosters self-confidence, trust, and inner peace. It empowers us to make decisions with confidence, to let go of guilt and regret, and to trust that we are on the right path. This simple sentence has the ability to shift our mindset from doubt and fear to certainty and self-belief. By affirming that we are doing the right thing, we align ourselves with our highest purpose, allowing us to move through life with clarity, purpose, and grace. The sentence, "In the next 24 hours, you will begin to notice a difference," is a powerful affirmation that taps into the concept of immediacy and the power of taking action now. Many of us find ourselves waiting for the right time to make a change, to transform, or to take action. We convince ourselves that we need more preparation, more knowledge, or more external circumstances to be aligned before we can begin. However, this sentence encourages us to shift our focus from a distant future to the present moment, highlighting that change doesn't need to wait. It calls us to step into the now and trust that transformation is possible immediately. One of the most profound things about this affirmation is that it shifts our perspective from waiting to acting. When we believe that change is something that happens someday, we delay the process of transformation. We place it in a distant future that never seems to arrive, leaving us stuck in cycles of inaction and uncertainty. The power of this sentence is that it breaks that cycle. It tells us that we don't have to wait for anything outside of ourselves to start making a change. The moment we decide to shift our mindset, to take inspired action, or to believe in our potential, we begin to notice the difference. Change starts the moment we decide to change, and this sentence serves as a reminder that we can initiate transformation in an instant. The phrase, "in the next 24 hours, is incredibly potent because it sets a short, defined time frame for change. It gives us a sense of urgency and momentum. Instead of waiting weeks, months, or years for things to improve, it prompts us to expect results right away. This creates a sense of excitement and possibility. When we commit to making a change within 24 hours, we activate a sense of purpose and motivation. It forces us to take immediate action, which is often the first step toward creating lasting change. By committing to seeing a difference in just one day, we bypass the procrastination that often holds us back and create a space where transformation feels attainable. This time frame of 24 hours is also significant because it highlights the idea that change doesn't need to be massive or overwhelming to be impactful. Many of us associate change with large, life-altering events, things that feel monumental and hard to achieve. However, true transformation often begins with small, subtle shifts in our mindset, behavior, and actions. In just 24 hours, we can shift our energy, thoughts, and emotions in ways that ripple out into the rest of our lives. The small changes we make today can lead to bigger, more noticeable results tomorrow. This sentence reminds us that we don't need to do everything at once. Change is a gradual process, but it starts with the willingness to make small shifts now. The difference we begin to notice in the next 24 hours may not always be immediately visible in the external world, but it will certainly be felt internally. Change starts within. It begins in our thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes. When we commit to the idea that we can notice a difference in a single day, we give ourselves permission to feel different, to think differently, and to act differently. We may feel more confident, more hopeful, or more empowered. We may find ourselves approaching situations with a new perspective, feeling more positive energy, or noticing opportunities that we hadn't seen before. The difference we experience in 24 hours might not be something that others notice, but it will be a profound shift within us that sets the stage for greater transformation in the future. This affirmation also challenges the notion that we need to feel fully ready before we can take action. How many times have we told ourselves, "I'll start tomorrow. I'll do it when I feel more prepared," or "I'm just not ready yet"? We often feel like we need to wait for the perfect conditions before we can begin making a change. But the reality is that there is never a perfect time. The right time is a myth. Life is always in flux, and if we wait for everything to align perfectly, we risk waiting forever. By declaring that we will notice a difference in the next 24 hours, we release the need for perfection and open ourselves to the idea that action, no matter how small, is always the key to progress. We create the conditions for change by deciding to act now, rather than waiting for everything to be perfect. The idea of 24 hours also ties into the concept of momentum. Often, the hardest part of making a change is simply starting. Once we take the first step, the rest of the journey becomes easier. This affirmation reminds us that change begins with the smallest action. It encourages us to break the cycle of procrastination and take the first step toward our goals. It could be something as simple as changing a thought, taking a small action, or making a decision to believe in ourselves. These small steps create momentum, and once momentum builds, it becomes easier to continue making progress. The key is to get started, and this sentence reminds us that even in just 24 hours, we can create momentum that propels us forward. When we start to notice a difference in 24 hours, it shifts our perception of what is possible. It expands our belief in our own ability to create change. We often underestimate our capacity to transform, thinking that change takes time or requires significant effort. But the truth is, we are powerful creators, and the moment we decide to shift our thoughts, emotions, or actions, we are capable of making an impact immediately. By expecting to see a difference within 24 hours, we raise our expectations and begin to believe that transformation is not only possible, but also within our immediate reach. This affirmation also encourages us to focus on the present moment. Too often, we are focused on the future, thinking that the change we desire is something that will happen someday or later. We live in a state of longing, waiting for a distant future where everything will be different. But the truth is that the present moment is where all change occurs. The power to create change lies in the decisions we make right now. By expecting to notice a difference in 24 hours, we are reminded that the time for change is always now. We don't have to wait for a future moment or a perfect set of circumstances. We can start creating the life we want right now, and the results will begin to unfold in real time. One of the most powerful aspects of this affirmation is its ability to shift our mindset from a place of waiting to a place of active engagement. When we expect to see a difference within 24 hours, we stop passively waiting for things to change on their own. We take responsibility for our own transformation and become active participants in creating our reality. This shift in mindset is what allows us to take consistent action, make decisions with clarity, and move forward with confidence. By focusing on the next 24 hours, we remove the pressure of long-term expectations and instead commit to creating small but meaningful shifts in the here and now. Finally, the idea of seeing a difference in the next 24 hours creates a sense of excitement and possibility. Change doesn't have to be something we dread or resist. It can be something that happens naturally, effortlessly, and even joyfully. By focusing on the immediate impact of our actions, we cultivate a sense of anticipation and curiosity. We begin to look for the signs of change, the small victories, and the growth that is happening in real time. This shift in perspective makes transformation feel more accessible and less daunting. It reminds us that every moment is an opportunity for change, and that with the right mindset, we can begin to see and feel the difference almost immediately. By the end of this speech, you will understand that transformation is not a distant dream, it's a present reality. The sentence that has the power to rewire your life isn't magical in its structure, but in the belief you put into it. Speak it, live it, and watch your life unfold in miraculous ways.